After seeing Taehyung death certificate, YN went completely numb. The shock was so massive that it felt like her mind was slowly losing control. With trembling hands, she looked at the paper once again. It was clearly written there that Taehyung had died 3 years ago, and the date written on the certificate was the most horrifying part, because Taehyung had supposedly died on that exact same day on which 𝗏𝗏 married him 3 years later. Everything felt insane, impossible. YN. No, this can't be true. Suddenly that maid's words flashed inside YN's mind. Why did you marry a man who does not exist? The moment she remembered that line, fear rushed through her entire body. Now, all the strange things started connecting together in her head. Taehyung living in the middle of a huge isolated forest, the maid warning her, him disappearing every single night, and now his death certificate. All of it was driving YN crazy. And somewhere deep down, YN had always believed in paranormal things. She had grown up listening to horror stories, and tonight, all those fears completely took over her mind. YN, I married a ghost, and a ghost was living with me all this time. Tears started falling non-stop from her eyes. Terrified and shaking, YN slowly slid down against the wall and sat on the floor. Her eyes looked completely broken with fear, white, frozen. YN, no, I can't stay here. I have to leave. I need to go out of this place. Without thinking properly, YN quickly rushed out of the bedroom. She came downstairs into the hall. The entire mansion was silent, dark, empty. Tears kept falling from her eyes while fear consumed her completely. Without wasting another second, she started walking towards the main door. But suddenly, she stopped and realized that outside the mansion, there was nothing except a huge dense forest, and it was midnight. Even if she escaped the mansion, how would she survive outside alone with animals? Her breathing became heavier, then suddenly, she started searching for Taehyung's car key desperately, and luckily she found them on the table in the hall. YN immediately grabbed the key, but in panic, her hand accidentally hit the glass showcase placed nearby. The glass shattered onto the floor, and in the silence of the mansion, the sound echoed loudly everywhere. But YN did not care. She instantly turned towards the main door again. At the same time, after hearing the sound of breaking glass, Taehyung walked into the hall. Before YN could realize, he silently placed his hand on her shoulder from behind. YN screamed in fear immediately. Taehyung looked confused. Your name? What happened? Where are you going at this time? His voice sounded normal, concerned. But YN looked completely terrified now, almost mentally broken. Don't come near me, please. Just let me go. Let me go, please. Taehyung could not understand anything. He tried to hold her calmly, but before he could, YN suddenly ran towards the dining table and grabbed a knife from it. YN, don't try to come near me. Let me go. She slowly kept backing away towards the main door. Taehyung looked completely shocked now. Taehyung, your name, what the hell happened to you? How can you point a knife at me? I'm your husband. Are you really going to stab me? And suddenly Wyan screamed at him, "Yes, I will kill you. Just let me go." At this point, even Taehyung started feeling that Wyan had lost control mentally. But seeing a chance, he quickly tried to take the knife away from her. But while grabbing it, his hand catched the grape side instead. But he grabbed it carefully. "Taehyung, your name, leave the knife. What kind of madness is this?" But Wyan refused to let go. "Wyan, you lied to me. You are not human. You are a ghost." The moment Taehyung heard that, his expression changed instantly. Now he understood everything that Wyan had seen the death certificate. For 1 second, Taehyung got lost in thought, and his grip on the knife loosened slightly. And that single second was enough. Wyan suddenly pulled the knife back forcefully. The blade cut Taehyung's hand deeply. "Ah!" Taehyung jerked his hand back instantly, blood starting dripping from his hand, and the moment Wyan saw the blood, she froze. For 1 second, fear disappeared from her eyes, because suddenly she realized that ghost stopped bleeding. The fear inside Wyan was slowly turning into guilt now, because finally she realized what she had just done to her own husband. She had hurt Taehyung. She had actually cut his hand with a knife. And the moment the realization hit her, her heart shattered completely, because she loved Taehyung more than anything. But tonight, her fear had become stronger than her love, and in that fear, she lost control. Now she finally understood one thing clearly. Taehyung was not a ghost, he was a human. Tears instantly filled her eyes again. In panic and shame, Wyan threw the car key aside and quickly rushed towards him. Holding his injured hand carefully, she started crying. "I'm sorry, Taehyung, please forgive me. Please forgive me." Blood was still dripping from his hand, but even while being in pain, Taehyung did not get angry at her. He simply kept looking at her silently, observing her condition. But the bleeding was not stopping, so 𝗲𝗵 immediately tore a piece of her dress and wrapped it around his hand hurriedly. But Wyan's mental state was completely unstable now. The shock had affected her deeply. She kept repeating the same thing again and again. "I'm sorry. I did not want to hurt you. I know now. You are human. You are not a ghost. You are human, Taehyung. I was crazy." She kept speaking non-stop like her mind was falling apart slowly. Seeing her like this, Taehyung immediately held both her shoulders tightly and shook her tightly. "𝗲𝗵, look at me. Calm down." But Wyan kept crying. "Wyan, no, Taehyung, how could I do this to you?" She held his face with both hands. "Wyan, you are my husband. Why did I hurt you?" And saying that, she broke down crying again. That's when Taehyung gently held her hands and suddenly pulled her into his arms. "Taehyung, 𝗲𝗵, relax, nothing happened to me. I'm fine, look at me. I'm standing right here in front of you. You did not lose me." As Taehyung kept comforting her softly, Wyan slowly started calming down. Her breathing became slower. Her mind slowly returned to normal again. Silently, with tears still falling from her eyes, she looked at him, and the moment her emotions settled slightly, Wyan suddenly hugged him tightly. Taehyung instantly wrapped his arm around her too, holding her close protectively. Wyan closed her eyes slowly, but tears were still escaping from them silently. For a few moments, it felt like everything was finally okay again. But then, while hugging him, Wyan slowly opened her eyes, and suddenly, her entire body froze again. Because behind Taehyung, a woman was standing there. The shock hit her so hard that no words came out of her mouth this time. Slowly, 𝗂𝗵𝗵 pulled away from the hug. Seeing her suddenly terrified again, Taehyung frowned in confusion. 𝗂𝗵𝗵, are you okay? But Wyan said nothing. But silently, with trembling hands, she slowly raised her finger towards the woman standing behind him. Confused, Taehyung followed her gaze and finger and turned around slowly. And the moment Taehyung turned around to look behind him, 𝗂𝗵𝗵 suddenly fainted and fell to the floor.